I'm Maya, your host. Welcome to Real Talk, your weekly deep dive into the fascinating world of cinema. Today, we're taking a grand tour of one of the largest and most vibrant film industries globally, India's cinema. Kicking us off with our first question, Rahul.
That's right, Maya. From its iconic song and dance sequences to its incredible regional diversity, Indian cinema is a universe in itself. We've compiled 10 questions to explore its rich tapestry. Let's get started.
Where and when did Indian cinema truly begin?
Indian cinema's journey began with the public screening of the Lumiere brothers' moving pictures in Bombay, now Mumbai, in July 1896. The first full-length Indian feature film, Raja Harishchandra, a silent film, was released in 1913 by Dadasaheb Phalke, who is often hailed as the father of Indian cinema for laying its foundation. The advent of sound arrived in 1931 with Ardeshir Irani's Alam Ara, which was also India's first sound film and a musical. Our second question delves into the diverse nature of Indian cinema. Beyond Bollywood, how diverse is the Indian film industry, and which regional cinemas are prominent?
While Bollywood is the popular term for the Hindi language film industry based in Mumbai, the Indian film industry is incredibly diverse, comprising numerous regional cinemas, each producing films in different languages. Major production centers include Mumbai, Hyderabad, Chennai, and Kolkata. Key regional industries producing a significant number of films include Tamil, Kollywood, Tollywood, Telugu, Malayalam, Mollywood, Kannada, Sandalwood, and Bengali cinema. In recent years, South Indian film industries, particularly Telugu cinema, have seen immense growth, sometimes surpassing Hindi cinema in terms of box office revenue and tickets sold. Moving on to a signature element. Question 3. What is the significance of music and dance in Indian films, and how has it evolved?
Music and dance are integral to Indian cinema, especially in Bollywood, often serving as pivotal plot points, expressing emotions, or providing elaborate spectacle through song and dance sequences. This tradition began early, with the first sound film, Alam Ara, being a musical. Over the decades, Indian film music has continuously evolved, blending Indian classical, folk, and regional melodies with Western influences like pop, jazz, rock, and hip-hop. Film soundtracks often achieve immense popularity independently of the film, contributing significantly to a movie's commercial success and cultural longevity. Our fourth question touches on a recent game changer. How have over-the-top platforms, OTT, impacted the Indian film industry?
OTT platforms like Netflix, Amazon Prime Video, and Disney Plus Hotstar have profoundly impacted the Indian film industry, especially since the pandemic. They've democratized content, offering a platform for smaller budget films and new talent that might not get traditional theatrical releases. This shift has led to an increased demand for original content and a focus on compelling storylines and characters over just star power. While offering convenience and flexibility to viewers, OTT platforms have also sparked concerns about declining cinema attendance and revenue loss for traditional distribution channels. Let's talk about the unsung heroes sometimes. Question 5. What is the role of a music director in Indian cinema, and who are some notable figures?
In Indian cinema, a music director plays a much broader role than just composing. They often oversee the entire musical landscape of a film, including composing, arranging, and producing the soundtrack. They are central to crafting the songs and background scores that define a film's emotional tone. Notable music directors who have shaped Indian film music include R.D. Burman, often called the king of Bollywood music, who worked on hundreds of films. In more contemporary times, A.R. Rahman is globally recognized for his innovative compositions and fusion of diverse musical styles. Time for some box office insights. What are some of the highest grossing Indian films of all time, and what does their success signify?
Indian films have achieved massive global box office success. Some of the highest grossing Indian films of all time include Dangle 2016, which crossed 20,000 crore worldwide, and Bahubali 2 The Conclusion 2017, which was the first Indian film to gross over 1,000 crore globally. Other significant earners include RRR 2022, KGF Chapter 2 2022, and recent releases like Javan 2023 and Kalki 2898. Their success often signifies a blend of compelling storytelling, grand visuals, popular stars, and increasingly a pan-Indian appeal that transcends linguistic barriers. Maya, every industry faces hurdles, and so does Indian cinema. What are some of the major challenges currently facing the Indian film industry?
The Indian film industry faces several challenges, including intense competition from global content and other entertainment mediums. While OTT platforms have opened new avenues, they also pose a challenge to traditional theatrical revenues. Piracy continues to be a significant issue, leading to substantial revenue losses for producers. Additionally, evolving audience tastes, the pressure to deliver large-scale event films for theatrical success, and the need for improved infrastructure and institutional funding are ongoing concerns. Let's discuss a growing trend. What are pan-Indian films, and how are they changing the industry landscape?
Pan-Indian films refer to movies often originally made in one regional language that are simultaneously released or dubbed into multiple other Indian languages, gaining national and sometimes international popularity. This trend, exemplified by films like Bahubali, KGF, and RRR, has blurred traditional linguistic boundaries and challenged Bollywood's long-held dominance. The success of these films has encouraged more diverse storytelling and cross-cultural collaborations, leading to a richer and more integrated Indian cinematic landscape. Our penultimate question, question 9, how do Indian film festivals contribute to the industry?
Indian film festivals, both domestic and international, play a crucial role in promoting diverse cinema, discovering new talent, and fostering cultural exchange. They provide platforms for independent filmmakers and regional cinema to gain visibility and critical acclaim that might be challenging in mainstream commercial circuits. Festivals also serve as important networking events, connecting filmmakers with producers, distributors, and global audiences, thereby enhancing the international recognition of Indian cinema. And for our final question, what does the future hold for the Indian film industry? What trends can we expect?
The future of the Indian film industry looks dynamic and transformative. We can expect continued growth in the OTT space, leading to more diverse and experimental content creation. The trend of pan-Indian films is likely to strengthen with more cross-regional collaborations and films designed for broader linguistic appeal. Technology will continue to advance production quality and distribution methods, including the use of high dynamic range imagery and virtual reality. Global collaborations and reaching international audiences through streaming are also expected to expand, making Indian cinema an even bigger player on the world stage. And that brings us to the end of another insightful episode of Real Talk.